Hey there. So we're in part 3 now, or yes. We're talking about chart number 471, cage chords for CFV. So this is them. Now this is, but before we get there, we want to look at, this is the whole situation with the inverse keyboards here. So we look at drawing tool, we're going to draw a box. Look at this situation here, this part of it. Over here we don't have reflection power there, right? I didn't bring the keyboard over there. I just want to have enough fretboard that we can pretty much look through the whole cage thing. And I've gone ahead and done the cage labels here, the tripentatonics. Okay. So they should be fairly well reflected. These are mirror images. So zooming in here, we look at, now remember I told you there will be this shape and this shape will be related. Okay, D is the fifth of G. Okay, so these shapes are related like that. So you see the 3 white ones here, 3 white ones there, 5, then 5, then 3 up here, 3 down here, then 2, then 2. They're perfect mirror images. Now how can we use that? Well, I had to do everything, right? So just like with guitar, we have our 5 cage shapes, and we go up pentatonically just like I just played on the guitar. A minor, and then C minor minus 5. C minor minus 5. That's like C diminished, but it would be B, have to be diminished, in the C minor shape. Key of C, C minor shaped, B half diminished. So then we start, if we started the A shape, we just advance up a pentatonic scale, A, C minor, D minor, and also D major, because they're half step buddies. Then E major, G minor, and then A half diminished, and A again. G, same thing, we start G, up pentatonic scale, G, A, C, D major, okay, C minor shape. Now C minor shape's a little difficult on the guitar sometimes, so you might want to do a C minor 7th. It's a lot easier. We don't want to get into that right now. Excuse me. So E, G, A, C, D, G, E, G. It goes up a pentatonic scale as it goes down in the shapes. Now let's look at the easiest one, I think, is E on guitar. We talked about this. So we got root 3, 5 here. Is the E shape is actually the opposite, or the C bar. So these are fifths. Okay, the fifth of E is the C shape in caged. All right, and the fourth of the C shape is the E shape, but this is C bar, meaning that this is the upside down C. But it's in P4, so you don't see it going like this with the little D on top, okay, in a regular guitar fretboard, because we're not looking at the top string at all. That would be down here, and then this has been warped back over, okay. It hasn't been adjusted for the tuning third. It's all perfect fourths. In this case, it's like perfect fifths going up, perfect fourths going down. So that's C upside down there. So trust me, folks, they're all mirror images, note for note. So no matter what we do to the bottom part, we're going to be looking at the mirror image of the fifth of that shape. So let's say let's look at an easy one, an A minor shape. Okay, the problem is with A minor shape is, again, I was talking about with the guitar, we have an A minor shape here. We have this tuning third here, all right, where it would be like an E minor shape, where there'd be a whole step in between. So we're looking for that whole step. So what we're really looking for, we're looking for the E minor shape there. So it's going to be like between the 7, 3, and the 5 here. Because let's face it, key of C, A minor, if you have a 5, a 3, and a 7, that is an E minor. So it's an E minor shape there. Okay? Alright, so we got to move along. I hate to, like, I could spend the rest of my life on this chart, really. So they're all right there. The E is nice. In essence, what happens is, additionally with P5, which is nice, is we're moving the pattern up, we're moving the pattern down. So let's say we've got this root 5 right here. On the 4th, we're going to move it down. So let's look at the 4th shape. There it is. That the two playables have moved down, and the 5th shape, they moved up, right? So we had root 5 there, then we're going to play 5-2 for the 5th, and root 4. So the pattern moves down for the 4th and up for the 5th. So here's the pattern for C, for root in the E shape, right? Go to the 4th to just move the pattern down, right there, and then move the pattern up for the 5th. So that's nice with P5 tuning. No matter what the shape, you move it up and move it down, okay, with a little shape fitting because of the fret nut. In P5, that's an easy rule, and you can move the minors up and down too. So let's advance to the next chart. (472) Today's chart: patterns and cages for major and minor P-5 CFV chords, inverse guitar string shapes. Whoa, new concept, new concept. So I tried to make this easy. I looked at a little bit of this, and I was studying how when we have a major shape here. Now remember, this right here, what we're looking at, this is an upside down C shape in P4 without the 6th string, which would be the imaginary bottom string. The mirror image, we're not looking at the mirror image of this right now. This is a mirror image of the C shape. It's the E shape now. It's the E shape, 7 root 2 in C5, in P5. Its minor chord is what we're looking at. What happens with the minor chord? So we've got 3 up here, and it looks like almost a major interval in guitar, but it's the reverse of that. So it's like a 6th. Okay, it's a minor 6th. So I was just studying how to go from major to minor, major to minor. So we have 3 root 5 on the CFV. Now when I go like this, so that's its relative 6th. Now no matter where you play that, so if I'm going to do the 5th, okay, and then we're going to do one of these, it still doesn't have a top string there. You go to the 4th, okay, and then we go, there's its relative minors. That would be the 2nd minor, just the relative minor of the 4th. So I was messing around with that, and then I suddenly realized, okay, then I made this, and then we got our chord shapes over there. But before we get there, this is the basic pattern stack for P5. Okay, so this is it, and if you call any of these the lowest string, so if these guys go away, then we're in E shape. Okay, if we start here as the lowest string, then we're in C shape, and we'd have our bar right